Welcome back, Nick Lenz, Comic Corner Classic/Non-Classic, episode number 1011 and Doubleshot number 905. Yeah, second one in a row. Not the first time this has happened, but first time in a little while. But I'm doing another one right after this one. Okay. First up, now I mentioned in the last review that these two books basically involve the same writer, Mark Greenwald. Though, yeah, the thing with this guy is, like with Bill Mantlo, Mark Greenwald was a fantastic writer. Now, I wasn't around, I was reading comics at the time when he was basically doing some of the books he was doing, but every single book the guy wrote was really, really good. Yeah, along with Bill Mantlo, by far, if there's like I know it's a Comic Hall of Fame, Mark Greenwald deserves being in along with Bill Mantlo. This, of course, is the book that a lot of people tend to think of when we think of this particular writer. This is Captain America. This is Epic Collection, Volume 17. Collects issues 387 to 397, Avengers of Captain America 1 through 4. Mark Greenwald pretty much writes all the issues in here. He does. There's also in here the Adventures of Captain America, which is a 4-issue miniseries. This is done by Fabian DeCisa. Now, there are several different artists in this book. You have Rick Livens, Larry Alexander, Kevin McGuire, Kevin West, and Don Pushin and Stephen Carr. Yep. Now, the neat thing about these issues, if you read this, why in the world do a lot of these issues have backup stories? That was the thing when it came to the 80s, and of course, Mark Greenwald's books. Like, every issue has got a backup story, which kind of loosely ties what goes on in the main book. And yes, this take one that covers the book. And those of you curious about this story, why is Thor's helmet called part of his face? Well, there's a reason for that. That's not the actual Thor. This is Eric Masterson, the guy who later became Thunderstruck in the 90s. He was Thor for a few years. Because apparently Loki posed as Odin to banish him, and then the hammer went to him for a brief period of time. And then when the original Thor came back, he kept it briefly and then eventually got his own hammer, which was when he became Thunderstruck, and then he died. Because it was possessed by a freaking blood axe. Now, in this book, we also have appearances by the Red Skull, his daughter, Sister Sin, who in here was I think she was Mother Night. They also have superior stuff. All with freaking Crossbones. Now, that character is a creation of Mark Greenwald. Yeah, he created this character. We also have R.M. Zula. Yeah, because when I heard about Mark Greenwald, he was a big Captain America. He loved this character. That's the reason why he stuck with this book for 16 years before he was moved as the writer of the book and handed the book off to Mark Waid. This is during a time we had the good epic stride in this book. Yeah. He also did appearances by the Paladin, Diamondback, who Captain America was dating her this period of time. Now, you are thinking, Captain America, okay, where is Sharon Carter during all this? There is an explanation for that, because in the 70s, Marvel came with the dumb idea to kill her off. And then she was brought back in the 90s, toward the end of Mark Greenwald's run. Yeah, he decided to bring her back and retconned that she actually faked her death. Yep. A woman who loved Captain America and, well, died and came back. Yeah, I'm not really sure what was the whole reason of killing her off and then bringing her back. Yep. The Avengers of Captain America, that is simply put a recap of Captain America's time in World War II. Basically, it's a loose, abridged retelling of the first few Avengers of Captain America from the 40s. Well, mostly told from the classic Captain America comics from the 40s. Yep. But this book is fantastic. And there's some connection to the Avengers book in here. Yeah. This book is really good. This book, a 9.5 out of 10. Really good set of stories in here. Next, this book's got a ton of stories in here. This is Avengers Epic Collection, Volume 23, Fear the Reaper. That's actually 3-part storyline in here. This collects issues of Avengers Volume 1, 340 to 359, Anno 21, and material from Captain America, Anno 2011, Thor, Anno 17, and Fantastic Four, Anno 25. Let's talk about these. There's a storyline called Citizen Kang. It's basically a multiple annual story involving Kang, involving people's histories. Yep. Now, the Avengers issues themselves involve many different things. Now, we look at the cover, you're probably thinking, okay, why are some of the Avengers wearing? Why is these characters wearing jackets, and why is Hercules clean shaven, and why is Vision white? Yeah, there is some explanation for this. The jacket thing, that was thing in the early 90s. The X-Men comics did the same thing as well, though instead of A, it's the X. Why is Vision white? That was something John Byrne did. Yes, John Byrne did that in the pages of Avengers West Coast and the Vision Quest storyline. That's why he's his white color. Now, as for why Black Knight has got instead of his ebony blade, why does he have a freaking lightsaber? Because they want to try something different with him and not have you use the ebony blade, because that blade drives him freaking nuts. Yep. Also in these issues, they have it where he starts a relationship with Cersei. Yes, Cersei, one of the Eternals. And yes, I do know this character is going to appear in live-action Eternals movie. And here's kind of weird about this character, currently. She's dead. Yeah, Jason Aaron decided to kill her off at the start of his run for Avengers for some strange reason. I don't know why, but he did. Yeah, the Watch person here doesn't do very much. And yes, I do know for a fact he's dead because he died in Original Sin. I know, because I read it and reviewed it. Yep. Yeah, the whole thing with Fear of the Reaper stuff, that involves a Grim Reaper. I don't think, as far as I know, this is not Wonder Man's brother. This is a different Grim Reaper who decides to bring about a new Legion of the Unliving. Let's see if I can find out who he brings back here. They also have a team up with, of all people, the Starjammers for a few issues. Now, the Reaper himself, he brings back a few dead characters. Let's see if I can find him here. He brings back, for his new Legion of the Unliving. Now, this is what he looks like. This is the Reaper. Yeah. That's him. That's the Grim Reaper. Though it's not the same character. I think this is supposed to be the same character as Wonder Man's brother. Yeah. You wonder who created this guy? Was Roy Thomas. Yeah, Roy Thomas. In the same issue which Black Panther joined the Avengers for the first time. Now, who does he bring back for his Legion? He brings back several characters been dead for years. Let's see if I can get to him here. Some of whom basically I think are alive now, but some of them are actually still dead. Okay, we have Baron Heinrich Zemo, who died back in Avengers number 8. Nathan Garrett, they call him the original Black Knight, even that's actually not true. He is not the first Black Knight, because he descended of Sir Percy, the original one. The first Red Guardian, Alex Gostoff. Yeah. Nebula and the Celestial. I don't remember when this guy actually died. You also have Emotep, a vampire. No idea who this character is. We also have Inferno. Count Nefardia. Yeah, he's died a few times over the years. Starstalker. Barely remember who this guy is. Nicodemus the Sorcerer. And that's it. This is the Legion of the Living. Now, two of these characters I know for a fact are dead because I read their deaths. Now, Black Knight also died in the pages of Avengers. As for when Nebula and the Celestial died, Nebula and the Celestial Man died, I don't really remember when this guy died. Honestly, yeah, I have no idea when he died. These other characters, Nefardi, he's been dead before, so I'm not really surprised. The rest of these guys, they're just original. But Legion of the Living, always fantastic when these guys show up. And these are, the original group was created by Steve Eichelhart. Yes, the same guy who created Star-Lord. Yep. And there's these group of characters. Now, if you look at the back, now these are the Gatherers. These are a group. Now, you probably think, okay, oh look, it's the Swordsman. Yeah, the guy who trained Hawkeye. Well, that's not actually him. That's an alternate version of him. The Gatherers are an evil group of, they're like evil Avengers. And one of the things I know what they're doing is destroying the first version of the Avengers Mansion. Yeah, they destroyed it. Yep, and the first few issues in here, the last few issues is them fighting the Avengers before. Yeah, they fought them on and off throughout when Mark Greenwood wrote the, I think when Mark Greenwood wrote the book, or was it Bob Hoskins who wrote the book? These issues written by, if I can find the page here, Bob Harris. Yes, Bob Harris wrote these issues. But this is early 90s. I'm going to give this book roughly a 9 out of 10. Yeah, it also has good artwork in here by Larry Alexander, Rich Laksik, Herb Temple, Rich Shavosky, Jeff Usherwood, Kirk Jervon, Steve Epping, who's actually still kind of doing artwork today, Kevin West, MC Wayman, Carl Asler, Rob Lem, and Kevin Kobus, I think I pronounced the person's name. The cover art here, the one in the cover, this is by Steve Epping, Tom Palmer, who was one of the colorists in here, and Veronica Gonady. The back cover is also by Steve Epping and Tom Palmer. Yep. Not much else to say about this one. Plus, we also have a team up with Archon. Yeah, because it was the early 90s. Why not? Yeah, and the thing about the Avengers after this, yeah, the book itself would last for about a few more years. Yeah, it managed to last surprisingly after this for another, I think it was like 43 issues before it was relaunched because of Heroes Reborn. So it managed to last about 3 more years after this before it was relaunched thanks to Massive Onslaught. Yep. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned for my next view, where it's all Iron Man. Yep, but do this next view. Bye.